Hi, I'm Jesse Castro. I'm a counselor with Hope Now for Youth. I started with Hope Now for Youth at the end of '95, around this time of the year in August, about 13 years ago. The reason I was led to Hope Now for Youth is it started when I was about 2 years old. I came from a single family home. My mom and dad had divorced and my mom left. My dad stayed behind with me and my older sister, and my 3 older siblings left with my mother. Life was difficult for me growing up. My father worked a lot, and when he wasn't at work and he was home, he was pretty angry. I guess things didn't work out in his life the way they were supposed to, and he kind of took it out on me and my sister. I was forced to grow up fast. By the age of 11, I ran away from home. My father had threatened that if I got one more detention from school, I was going to get a good whipping, and I hated those whippings, so I didn't come home. Ran away. I was gone 2 days. I was caught. Me and a buddy of mine took off and just slept out in almond orchards and in the fields and just basically had an adventure. And then after I was caught, again, about 6 months later, me and my sister ran away. Thinking that it was going to be better at my mom's, it turned out worse. I wasn't used to that authority from a woman, and I rebelled. So by the age of 13, 14 years old, as a freshman in high school, I basically dropped out of school and went live on my own. I hustled on the street, sold drugs, got into various crimes, stole cars, jumped people, just did all the wrong things that a person can get into being raised on the streets and by the streets. By the time I was 19 years old, I sold a lot of dope and just did a lot of bad things. I was just tired of my life the way it was going, without no education. I felt like I didn't have a future, and the best I could do was fast food or field work. Ran into an old buddy when I was working at a fast food restaurant, and he was a counselor at Hope Now for Youth. He told me what he did, that he helped youth out. And so I told him, hey man, give me a shot, you know. At that time I had warrants and failures to appear in court and my life was just in shambles. And finally I got hooked up with them. They got me an odd job, and odd job led to a job. I worked 6 months at the first job Hope Now got me. Felt pretty good because it was a job that I felt that I couldn't get in on my own without Hope Now. When the job developer came to my door, I was afraid of him. I thought he was a private investigator or a cop, so I wouldn't come to the door. I had my girlfriend go and answer the door, and found out it was the job developer, and he wanted to get me a job. So he took me to my job, and the rest was history. I've been at Hope Now ever since, 13 years. They've helped me to get 4 different jobs. Each job was a step up, a better job. Took care of my court cases, basically got me out of trouble. And me and my wife, eventually we have 3 kids together, and we bought a home together, and just life has been a lot better ever since I came to know Hope Now, or since Hope Now has found me. And yeah, that's basically it. That's where I'm at today. When I was younger, about 5 years old, my dad used to take us to church, and the Sunday school teacher asked, does anybody want to accept Jesus in their heart? And I raised my hand thinking that they were asking, does somebody want a grilled cheese sandwich? So from that day, I gave my heart to Christ, and I really didn't understand what it meant. And from then on, I just struggled. I went downhill. And after I got hooked up with Hope Now for Youth again, they started to tell me about Christ and how he can change my life and help me out. And a lot of things that I already knew, but I wasn't practicing. And because of that hope, I was able to change my life around, along with all the other things that Hope Now has done for me in my life. There was a point in my life when I was praying for death. I just wanted to die. I didn't want to live no more because of all the hurt and the pain that I was going through. But now that I know Christ as my Lord and Savior, I love life, and I want to live, and I want to help other people out. And that's why I enjoy being a counselor and working here at Hope Now for Youth.
Hi, I'm Skin Mead, and I drew from these real-life events to create the characters in the screenplay Finding Hope Now. It really is an amazing story. You can become involved in 3 ways. Number 1, pray. Number 2, send this website to all of your friends. And number 3, become a financial partner. Help us make this movie.